Welcome to Beauty After Dark, where we discuss beauty in life's toughest of times. I'm your host, Crystal West, and today we have very special guests, LaJuan and Simeon Williams.
Why you couldn't say my name first?
Because
Wow.
it's the boss. It's the boss. And so today we are going to be talking about beauty in marriage. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite couples. Before we get started, we have an icebreaker question for you guys. Okay. So what is something new that you guys have learned about each other recently?
I'll let you answer that.
I would say one thing that we've learned about each other, or well, within the last, I would say, maybe 5 or 6 months, that we've learned to be okay with switching our routines. So routines in our environment.
Okay.
Because years ago, I was typically the early bird, and he was the late person, or
Yeah.
what do they call them?
Late.
It's another word for it. I'll think of it later.
Okay.
But at any rate, I was early, he was late, meaning he liked to stay up late.
Okay.
Well, now it's kind of flip-flop. And it's not just with time. It's with
Like getting places and stuff?
temperature. No,
Oh.
like temperature. Like
No.
when we first got married, he always needed everything freezing.
Yeah.
And I would be like cold nature, like always cold. Now, I need the temperature to be cooler, and he needs to be
hot.
warm.
Oh wow. Wow.
So it's like over 25 years, the last few months. And actually that probably started happening. It's been longer than a few months.
It's been longer.
But we see it's kind of like,
So now do y'all just laugh at it and just be like, wow,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
yes, like he'll be in bed. We both go to bed pretty early, but
Acting like old people.
yeah, but lately he'll go to bed at like 9 o'clock, where he
Don't be telling everybody.
and he'll be in bed at 9, and I'm like, okay.
So that's different for me.
And I'll be up piddling or just coming in from like worship team at like 10 o'clock. He'll be like knocked out.
See, that would be me. I would be the one in the bed, even before 9. Like, I got to go to bed. And then I get up really early
Yeah.
and then be messing with stuff, banging, making noise and stuff. Well, that is good to know. So let's talk about how y'all met. Who wants to tell this story?
Why don't you tell it?
Well, the story always changes, but I think she actually met me first, but I didn't know it. I wasn't paying attention. We were at a wedding, and she said I was with someone else, and I was acting like I was mad and had an attitude, but I don't remember.
You don't remember at all?
Nope. I'm glad I didn't, because I probably wasn't in a good place.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So what's your side of it?
So we actually met several times.
Okay.
The first time we met, I was with one of my sorority sisters, and we were. She was in law school at the time, and he was down at St. Louis U Law School, and she was there. She's like, "Oh, that's Simeon."
You're Simeon.
Yes. So people call him Simeon. His name's Simeon.
I've heard people call him that before, and I'm like, okay.
Simeon.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh, it's Simeon." So she introduced us. We were about to cross the street, and he looked really annoyed. But he was like,
I was annoyed, Chris.
"Yeah, he was annoyed." So when he's like, "Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you." So it was the first time. The
You don't remember nothing, Lord
No.
Jesus.
is
Okay,
the
go ahead.
second time we were at a wedding.
Was it a wedding too?
The second time, I met him at 2 weddings.
You sang it? Did you
Well,
sing it?
I sang at two weddings.
Yeah.
So I met him this one time, the wedding I sang at, And, you know, hi, how you doing? And the second time, he was with somebody that I really, like the first wedding, we knew the bride and the groom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew the bride and groom the third time. But I knew the girl he was with.
Oh.
The third time.
They went to high school together.
Actually, no.
Grew up together.
We kind of grew up together. We were actually.
So you really knew this person.
When we were younger, we were like the best of friends. When we were younger.
Oh wow.
Yep.
But he was with her, and she told me, because I had just moved back to St. Louis, and she told me, she said, I don't really have anything to do in St. Louis. I just hang out with my boyfriend or whatever. So this is probably about a month later, I saw her with him.
Yeah.
And we were at this wedding, and she introduced us, and he was just looking down, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the third time I heard.
Yeah.
Tell them about the best time. That's what they.
So, but you know, he was like, "Hi, how you doing?" He's mad. They were in.
He didn't get happy till he met you.
Exactly.
Clearly,
the fourth time, we were at a party, and
birthday party.
And we were at a birthday party at one of my sorority sisters' 30th birthday party, and it was like 10. Had to have been after 11 because I went to bed, got up, got dressed, and came to the party.
Oh, that was late.
It was very late.
That was late. Yeah.
And so I was just making my rounds because I'm like, okay, I told her I was coming to this party. I'm gonna get up, go down there, give her a gift, and leave. And so I was just walking around speaking to everybody. Well, a mutual friend of ours.
My friend who I hung out with.
Okay.
I saw her walk past, and I was like, hey, man, you know her?
Wait a minute. You really said that after meeting this woman all them times before, then you finally...
I had no idea who she was.
Oh, wow. So they introduced her. What was your reaction? You was like,
I was like, hi, how you doing? I didn't even... Because the other thing I didn't mention was we were attending the same church. We were at St. Louis Christian Center at the time. Oh, okay. And so...
Never saw her there either.
And so we were in the foyer... This is how I knew we were going to the same church.
Yeah.
We were in the foyer. I had gotten to church late one Sunday. And
I was always late, so I was in the foyer too.
I wouldn't know because I normally wasn't late, but he was late that Sunday. And I said, there go that man, Simeon, and I met 1,000 times. And it was just the two of us and the usher in the foyer. It was nobody else. In the foyer was like big as this whole studio.
It was huge.
It was huge.
Yeah.
And so fast forward, when we met at this party, he's like, I guess he asked him to meet me.
I asked Kevin introduced me to her because they both went. He went to Morehouse and she went to Spelman.
I went to Spelman.
Okay, yeah.
So he was like, hey, Luan, you better send me. And I was like, hi, how you doing?
It was like I first saw her. First time I ever seen her.
And what was it a little bit first sight for you? Not necessarily first sight, but this time you
when
was
I
like,
saw her, I was like, okay, it caught my eye.
Yeah.
Caught my eye. And, I thought I was a player, so I asked my partner to introduce me to her.
Oh, goodness.
And we ended up maybe talking for about, actually my friends got mad at me that night because we were supposed to go to another party.
And you were still talking to her the whole night?
Still talking to her.
Well, I went around after we met. And then I was about to leave. I guess about 20, 25 minutes had passed, and I was about to leave. And so I told them, I said, I'll see y'all later. And they were like, you going to, who was it? It wasn't a bit, you going to Paul's party? No, I'm going home, go to bed. I got to get up and go to church in the morning.
Yeah.
Then they were like, well, I said, I see you. I said, I see you at church tomorrow, right, Simeon? He looked at me like
what?
Girl, please.
He said, you go to St. Louis Christian Center? I said, I do.
Yeah.
Your memory was bad. Jesus.
It was actually, I think it was purposely, because she'll tell you, I actually remember faces, I remember names, but that instance I don't at all. And I'm actually glad I didn't, because I probably wasn't prepared to meet her.
To meet her the way, okay.
He has to be intentional about his memory.
Okay.
About moments and times and people.
My memory is great.
So I guess I shouldn't ask who has the better memory. I think we just speak to
Oh, she
yourself
will
right
tell you,
now.
mine's is good now.
Yeah.
His memory, that's why I say his memory is good. It's just intention.
Right.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So when he's like really engaged with things and people, like as far as business, church, he remembers faces, you know, names.
Okay.
But
I can tell you everything about you.
He can faces and scenarios
Yep.
or situations. So when people call him and they say, "You remember this, and this," and he'll say, "Oh yeah, I remember." Now, what's your name again? or that kind of thing. Or people
Run it back by me.
Yeah, people at church will say, "Well, Pastor Sam, I had this going on, this, and he won't remember. But once they tell him,
I remember.
Remember I told you, he'll say, "Oh yeah."
Okay.
So he's great about that kind of stuff. Me, I have opportunities. There was a time where I remembered everything, and but I think with chronological advancement, I have opportunities to be more focused on things. You know?
I understand that. Okay, so now that y'all got acquainted, how long did you guys date before he popped the big question?
You know, one thing you didn't mention was I actually met her mother before I met her.
Did you?
Yeah.
So let's hear that.
I was on a board. Her mother was on a board, and we were on the board together. And I remember her mother she gave me her business card, but she also she mentioned that I wish my daughter would meet a man like you. Now, 2-3 months later.
She didn't say that to you personally.
No. She said that's what she said. She prayed.
Yeah, she did pray.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, dang, that was nice.
No, well, you know, I'm that kind. I'm that kind of guy.
My mother prayed. Yeah. My mother said, "Oh, yeah, I wish my daughter would meet somebody."
Yeah,
like
but
that.
2-3 months later, LaJuana and I we were courting.
Yeah.
And she came over my house, and there was a business card that was on my dresser. And she picked it up and said, "Well, where'd you get this from?" And I'm looking, I'm thinking I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Something going on. And she said, "This is my mother." And I was like, "Oh, wow. Small world." I knew I was in there then.
Yeah. Like, all right, I got it now. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so then how long was it before you popped the big question?
So
it wasn't long.
So we met in July of 98.
Okay.
December of
97.
No, it's 98.
It was 98. You're right.
December of 98, we went to his cousin's funeral.
Oh, okay.
And
in Chicago.
And we were in a room. We stayed in a room with. It was me. It was him, his siblings, his mother.
Yeah, I was in one room.
Yes.
Were you in one room?
Well, we were in two. We had adjoining rooms. So
I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. Yeah.
So I was in the room with his mother and his two sisters. He was in the room with his brother. Was Alex with two brothers?
It was a brother and my nephew. I think my nephew was there.
A brother and a nephew.
The women were in one room. We was in
another.
Okay.
So at any rate, they all decided to leave and do something or whatever, and they left us there. So we were sitting there talking. He was asking me questions about the church because he was the kind of person that he would come in, hear the word, and leave.
That's why I was late. I never came to worship. All I came was to hear the word and leave.
And then get out of there.
I didn't want anybody to talk to me.
I was like that at one point.
I didn't want nobody to talk to me.
Yeah, he didn't know anything like about the
bookstore
or,
Oh, you really just came. There wasn't no fellowship.
Didn't know fellowships and nothing. He didn't know about the classes.
Oh my goodness.
The trainings. He knew nothing.
Nothing.
So he was asking me, he was like, "So tell me about all these classes and stuff."
Marriage classes.
So the marriage class, so we had spiritual growth classes, we had marriage classes. So I was telling him that. And he said, "So tell me more about these marriage classes." So I explained to him, I said, "Well, they're like 13 weeks, which end up being some months. But, if you're considering getting married, you should
go through those classes.
So he said, "I think we should go to those classes. Are you okay with that?" I said, "Okay." He said, "Are you sure you're okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. It's okay."
Wow.
Exactly.
It wasn't no fluff. It wasn't no none of
And
that.
So then y'all just started planning the wedding immediately after?
So then so that was December. January, we started marriage classes. And so we started talking about marriage, wedding, our.
So you knew, you like, this is.
Yeah, I mean, I was good.
Wow,
I was
that's
good.
awesome. So there was no hesitation. Because, a lot, I think, like, in this generation, there's, like, a lot of hesitation with getting
not
married. Or it's
hesitation.
like, huh?
It's not hesitation, it's fear.
Okay.
Most of your generation are fearful.
Well, never mind what I was going to say.
It's fear.
But you're right. And then I just think that they shouldn't act on their fear, though. If you really with someone and you love them and you know that, why stay? You know what I mean? Like, because this can happen nowadays, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's all within less than a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you as a man sitting here admitting that, like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good. Like, this is what I want. And then look, how many years later is it now?
That was 27 years ago. We've been married for 25.
25.
Right. That's what I'm saying. 25 years. Come on, that deserves a round of applause.
Glory be
25
praised.
years with me? That's good.
The Lord be praised for both of
praise
us.
the Lord. So let's talk about when y'all were getting, I mean, you already knew each other and, you did the marriage counseling and all of those classes. However, once you got to living together and like being married and started having children, what were those times like? Because I know you were raised a different way than he was raised. And then I remember this is one story I told at church about the toothpaste. I can't remember who is the person that puts the cap on, but I can't.
I put the cap on mine.
Put the cap on.
Yeah.
I still don't put the cap on. It's my toothpaste. I don't have to do that.
Whatever he does on his side of the
Yeah, we got separate sinks
we
now.
got two.
So now,
We had one
at
sink.
first when
We
you
had
had one,
one
so how
sink.
were those times? Because there are newlyweds out now.
Yeah.
How do you get through those little things and not think and be like, you know what, it's not gonna work. Let me go on and file for a divorce.
Yeah, and that's so true too, Chris. And the biggest thing too is that most people talk about the wedding, they talk about preparation. We actually did marital counseling with our pastor, and we probably did. He went longer with us, and not because we were difficult. I think he started liking us, and he started talking about it in sermons. He started bringing us up as examples, and I'm sitting there like, wow. And now, 25 years later, we're doing that at the church. But here's the thing that, to answer your question, and LaJuan, we always talk about that and we see couples that we counsel, and then those first 2-3 years, unpacking. It's almost like I got 20, if I have 250 bow ties, everything has to match. And when you're coming together, you're trying to match all these things.
Yeah.
But nobody never talks about that. And LaJuan was talking, she went and got somebody to talk to about that. What we call it?
So I had a mentor.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did not, at the time, I didn't think of it as a mentor. Or that, I just thought it was one of my girlfriends, one of my sorors, that, that we had a lot in common. And Simeon was good friends and fraternity brothers with her husband. We spent a lot of time together. And really I sound like the kids. What had happened was there were some things that she was just in prayer about, and I knew it. And so I just said, hey, I'm going to start calling you at 6:00 in the morning, and we can be in prayer.
Yeah.
And so that's how she and I started getting closer. But then, as we got closer, there were various things about marriage and about being newlyweds that she just, wisdom she imparted to me. And she said, she was like, when people first get married, everybody talks about the honeymoon and the wedding, but nobody talks about what it takes to mesh the two lives together. Yeah. And the behaviors and practices and the wisdom and things of that nature. And so she literally, they were there with us day in, day out, just because we hung out so much. We spent so much time together. Just certain things she just helped walk me through,
And here's the other thing too, is that after we came back from our honeymoon, we purchased a business together. Ooh. And now I have to wait on my wife to go to work because we started eventually 6 months down the line, we started working together. So that forced us to really be with each other 24/7. I think one of our first arguments is that, and it wasn't an argument, it was I asked her to kind of give me a minute. We came home, it was probably about 17 hours we worked. And the first thing my wife wanted to talk about when we first came home was some bills. And I said, "Hey, can you give me a couple of hours? Can I watch Sports Center and get my brain back together?"
Yeah.
So all those things we're meshing together, even on ceremonies.
Well, wait, how did you overcome that? Because somebody might be going through that right now where it's like, did you allow him that time?
I allowed him that space.
Okay.
I did. I mean, it was clearly communication at the
timing.
Mm-hmm. So those were two of the biggest things were timing and communication.
Yep.
So when you say timing, meaning when to address a situation,
when to address a situation,
Mm-hmm.
when not to. That was timing, and you have to know your mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of that is observing. Some stuff he would just say, because one thing about it, we were at that time. To me, we were old. Because I was 30, he was 33. So when you're at that place in your life, you know what you like, what you can stand, what you can't stand. And you don't need to be with someone if they can't be candid with you about what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
you shouldn't take offense.
You shouldn't take offense to it. He was candid, but I will say that I was prepared for that because
your daddy.
I had a very good relationship with my dad. Mm-hmm. And my dad was very candid. He did not mix his words.
He was not candid. He was very straightforward.
He was very
He let you have it.
He would let you have it. He could. I could not be the super sensitive, emotional female that a lot of people. I couldn't wear my emotions on my sleeve. My dad did not play that, and so he made me kind of tough. Mm-hmm. And in some respects, kind of, just. I didn't pay attention to a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. People could do certain things, but I wouldn't be upset and offended.
From it because of your upbringing.
I'd be dismissive if anything.
Okay.
Another thing, Crystal, is that even at the ceremony, they say the two become
one.
Notice the word says become one. So there's a period of time that everybody is trying to understand. Like, for example, women, and we always say this in our marriage counseling, is that women, if you're not speaking security to them, they won't listen to you. It's just like men. If they don't hear honor and respect, they won't listen to you. So those are two things that are number one needs for men and women is honor and security.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's speaking secure to me, and I'm not talking that and saying that to her. She's going to break down. And if a man doesn't hear honor, he won't come home. There's a lot of things that won't happen in that relationship too as well.
So in that case, both of those things were really imperative because I needed to make sure that I honored him when he asked me, "Hey, can you just give me a few minutes, give me some time. We just worked a 12-hour day together."
It wasn't 12, it was about 17.
It was about 17. I'm
17.5.
We would leave at 8:30 and get home at 10 o'clock. We have been in the office together all day. Mm-hmm. Although the dynamics were different, we still have been there working and doing stuff all day.
Yeah.
And so I had to give him that honor and respect. But he also had to make sure he came back and circle back and talk to me about these bills and what we were going to do.
Yeah, because I think I would have been like you, like, okay, well, make sure you come back because we got to talk about these bills now. I know you need your space. But that's good. But there's a mutual respect between the both of you. And I think that that's great for other people to hear because, I don't know, I just see a lot of stuff on social media and I am a love book. I love. So when I see people talking about like, I never get married or I got this many girls and this, that, and the other, and it's like, y'all are missing out. Love is a beautiful thing. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Like and it can happen. And it's just, I don't know, just listening to y'all, it's very, very inspiring. And then also, tell everybody how you introduce your wife.
It's very simple. I love my wife. I mean, there's something that, for me, I had a history of, just being out there real bad. Yeah. But I didn't want to be like everybody else.
Right.
So for me, not only was I talking to myself, I was also speaking to my wife, letting her know how much I love her, right? And guess what? And you know what? If you keep saying that over and over again, what you think happens?
You're going to be loving your wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 25 years later, I probably love her more than I did when we first initially. And I'm being serious about that.
No, I wholeheartedly, I know how much you love your wife. And I tell, like, even just random conversation, because I love. So when I talk about it and I talk to other people, I'm like, I know someone that loves their wife probably more than they love anybody on this earth, more than themselves probably. But I think that that's a beautiful thing because you love her out loud. You know what I mean? Like, it's
not for show. It's something that and she'll tell you. Even when we go through difficulties, she knows I'm not going nowhere.
That's good.
Even my children, and my children, they probably seen us, have, some difficult conversation. And they were fearful because they've been in schools where they saw a lot of single parent families or families that were broken. And I'm looking at our kids, we were like,
That's
good.
Not what's happening.
That's not what's happening.
Yeah. So you had to reassure the kids.
Yes.
Because they probably, and I don't say just them, but like when you see, and I grew up in an environment as well, when you see people arguing, it's like, oh, something bad. Maybe they finna separate. Like you just, you see people go their separate ways. So how was that like for y'all to reassure your kids that? Because in a heated discussion, it could be like, I don't want to reassure you. I don't even want to reassure him right now. How do you do that?
It's
or how
easy.
did you guys do that?
Number one, it's my responsibility to have the environment I want in my family.
Okay.
So one thing that I let my kids know is that she's number one. And then number two, I don't, when families go through those difficulties, who's hurt the most? The children.
Yeah.
The children. So in marriage, we have to understand we can't be selfish. It's not about us. It's about generations. Right now, everything I'm pouring into my kids, but I'm also spending that same time with my wife to understand that she's important, but also my children are important because, as you very well know, those things happen in cycles. Divorce, all those things happen in cycles. So I took a stance. It's never happened in my family, but we've had one divorce out of one of my siblings, but it's not going to happen in my house. So I just made that stand.
Clearly, that's beautiful, and I feel like that you guys started off with intent and purpose in your love. Like I was having a conversation with a friend, and I'm like, in a relationship, I feel like there should be purpose. Yes, there's love there, but there's some type of purpose for you guys. There's a why you are together, and I think people need to lean into the why. Do you guys agree with it? Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I can get something. I'm like you, Crystal. I actually glean from other people because you hear so many people say so many profound things. Like I heard Chris Rock talk about how much he messed up in his first marriage. First thing, he cracked a joke about it, but he said one person can't move a couch, but two people can. So he was talking about when he understood marriage after he got divorced. He was saying, he said, hey, listen to this. You're here to serve. I'm here to serve her. She's here to serve me.
That's
and
good.
Most of the time that we get couples or things that we learned over the years, it's because of our selfishness. Selfishness and many other spirits try to take over your relationships.
Yeah.
And we talk about those things and prepare people for that because it's going to come.
Yeah.
So how are you going to fight through those things? The first thing that I learned a lot of times is I quit taking stuff personal. When I started putting my stuff out, putting me out of that equation, can't offend me. Most of the time I get offended is because she tells, hey, do you know that dude just talked to you like that? You know that woman just went, I was like, really? When did that happen? You ain't tripping over it. But prior to that, we fight in a minute. I was that kind of guy. I mean, I didn't take much, but it taught me something too as well. I mean, I think about his characteristics. One of his characteristics is love, joy, peace, patience. Imagine if our world would be if everybody would walk with God's character. Particularly in their marriages. Particularly in their marriages.
I think that would last way longer than the divorce rate would
long
be down.
suffering.
You know what I mean? Yes.
Patience, kindness, long suffering.
Yes.
But I can truly say that it's purpose with us. But the other thing too, we modeled what we saw.
Yeah.
Both of us came from Our parents, my parents were together for over.
They weren't perfect.
They weren't perfect, but they stayed. They fought through and they stayed together. My parents were together for over 53 years when my dad passed away.
Wow, that's
the
awesome.
same with his parents.
Right.
Yeah.
So we both came. I can say we both came from 2-parent homes where we watched people, really deal with challenges, ups and downs, and disagreements, and navigating, changes in. I mean, Sim's dad was a barber, and he owned a barbershop for almost 60 years.
Yeah.
So, and his mother was, there supporting. She did a lot of different things, but for him, he watched that. He watched his dad love his mother and support her. He watched his father be a God-fearing man. So you
was able to model it. It was easier for you. So do y'all have any advice? Let's say there are people who are watching now that might not have had that. I know you didn't experience that, but what advice would you guys give to couples now that are married for the long suffering portion of it, even if they did or did not have a 2-parent household, to come from?
I would say get around people. Think people hang out. Your friends tell a whole lot about you. People who have successful relationships, normally they hang out with people who have successful relationships.
People who don't have successful relationships, they hang out with
people
bunches.
who don't have successful relationships. It's just like, you never see rich people hanging out with broke people.
Yeah, you got a point.
Most people that like to be well-groomed, you always see a group of well-groomed people together. People that like to cook, they normally hang out with people that know how to cook or like to cook. It's the same thing with relationships.
Okay.
When you see people that are in good relationships, they normally have friends who are in good relationships, because you want to be with the person that's going to encourage you to be a better person.
Right.
You want to be with that person that's going to encourage you to forgive, encourage you to be peaceful. You want to be with guys. You want to be with a guy. You want to be with that boy, that man who's going to encourage you,
rather than take you to the strip club.
Encourage you to do right
and
by
you don't need all of that.
Right. Encourage you to do well in your career.
Yeah.
Encourage you to manage your money wisely.
Right.
Encourage you to have good investments.
Yeah, but here's the thing too, Crystal, what LaJuan's saying. Everybody think, well, you got to get somebody that's real old. We've dealt with some couples 22, 25, 26. The devil's a liar. There are people in here that are doing very good in relationships and are finding just phenomenal ways of staying together, fighting through things.
Yeah.
And here's the greatest thing about couples too as well. The ones who are willing to fight through things are the ones who stay together.
Because you really don't know the strength of your relationship until you go through something. When you go through some difficulties, that's when you figure out.
Yes, ma'am.
And we've been through the mortgage crash. We've been through the parents passing away. Parents with some serious illnesses.
But the love,
we had to stay.
Yeah.
I mean, there were times.
It had to be beyond, because I always say it keeps more. It has to be more than love. That keeps a couple together.
You got to have some tenacity. And you have to have some patience and long suffering. And I can't. There have been times, I'm sure, where I know I get on his nerves, and vice versa. And I know in some stuff he will say I don't like that. I don't like that behavior. I don't appreciate this, that, and the other. I had to give him space to tell me what he dislikes or when he doesn't feel right about certain things, and vice versa. But it's you gotta have some crucial conversations with one another. And be able to stick through it. When it doesn't feel so good, when that other person is giving you honest feedback, you might not necessarily like what Yeah,
but most people don't realize that. I realized a long time ago, if she's telling me something and keep telling me something, it's not that she's nagging me. She cares about me.
Yeah.
So I quit.
Yeah.
I stopped
Looking at it that way.
I stopped looking at her as an enemy and be like, hey, the Bible even talks about she's my helper.
Yeah.
When I realized I needed help, it was easy for me to take that short period of time.
Saying, yeah.
Not that, but just to be married. Because when I started understanding the purpose, look, when I got married, everything great started happening in my life.
Yeah.
Children, a business, just a lot of things started happening just because I made that commitment to her.
Mm-hmm.
God started honoring our covenant relationship.
Yeah. It's a blessing.
And if you see it, I see many millionaires. If you ever hear them talk, they always talk about their relationship with Christ. But most importantly, they always talk about their wives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How they helped them through those situations. Being self-employed was difficult when we first started.
Yeah.
But she was there to support me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'd stay up all night and she'd be like, hey, look, you need to go to bed.
Yeah. Rest, please.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as we come to an end, is there anything that you want to leave the viewers with? Any advice? Just anything?
I would say be true to who God has called you to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else will follow. If you're true to what you feel like, what you are sensing, God is calling you to be, He will line everything up for you.
Okay.
If you're true to that.
For me, it's easy. I realized who I was.
Mm-hmm.
I had to first understand how can I be a husband? How can I be a dad if I don't know who I am?
Okay.
Most men today have not found themselves. So how can they become a husband and wife? Oh, and they're not sure who they are.
Yeah.
So knowing who you are, and that's one great thing is that she's allowed me to be who I am.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
and
a beautiful thing.
not crowd me or any. I knew I'd never do anything to dishonor her, but she allows me to be who I am.
Well, that is good. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show.
Thank you
as a gift for coming on the show from 801 Fish, is one of our sponsors. We have a gift card for you guys.
So
you can go and enjoy.
Miss Yum Yum, eat them up over here.
Yes, you enjoy that dinner because it's going to be so good. Chef Phil, he's the head chef over there. He is an amazing person. So definitely enjoy. So again, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
And always remember that beauty still shines in life's toughest of places. Thank you.